Radio is dead. Radio as we know it is dead. It's the harsh reality. It probably died out, let's say 10, 15 years ago. Sports radio in particular is gone. With every former athlete having a podcast nowadays and giving their point of views and perspectives, coming from, former athletes, people who were in the trenches. Now everyone has a platform, has a position to just bloviate at the mouth, talking about pretty much a sport that they grew up playing and played professionally. So now listening to a bunch of Joe Schmoes on the radio or just average Joes on a podcast, it's not the same as listening to a former athlete that you grew up watching, 20, 10, 15 years ago. But I'm a little taken aback by this whole Craig Carton coming back to WFAN. And as a longtime listener of WFAN, I started listening to that station maybe around I'm not going to age myself, but let's just say it was well over 35 years ago. Let's say over 30 years ago, when Imus in the Morning was the thing. I was one of these few people listening to Imus in the Morning as a child because I found humor in that, broadcast and that presentation each and every morning. We know what happened with Imus down the road with his inflammatory comments about the women's Rutgers team back in the mid 2000s. But for the most part, it made for good morning entertainment, and I've been a listener since. So I've seen a million hosts come and go. I've liked many. I've disliked quite a few. And Craig Carton, I'm going to be honest, I'm in the minority in this probably. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of his. I think he tries too hard to be the Howard Stern of sports radio. There's a place for that. I don't know what he brings, though, other than goofy behavior sometimes. His insight, it just doesn't appeal to me. And say what you want about Sal Licata and Brian Tierney, they're good at their jobs. They are. They're knowledgeable, and I know Sal takes a lot of heat. A lot of people think he's a Chris Russo, ripoff. Mad Dog 2.0. Mad Dog's not new, folks. For all you guys watching ESPN and First Take, Chris Mad Dog Russo's been around for quite some time. He's new to ESPN, but he's not new to us, tri-state area sports talk radio listeners. He started out on the Fan in the late 80s. I became, familiar with him early 90s, and I was a fan ever since. But Sal Licata may come off as a Chris Russo ripoff, but he's also entertainment. And it's okay to have one host that you favor and the other one that you vilify. And that's why him and BT work. And I wasn't happy about the news that their midday show might be canceled. They're really the only reasons I still listen to WFAN. Although I'm no longer in that region, I still catch them on the app, and I find them quite appealing. And I know, again, I'm in the minority. A lot of people can't stand Sal Licata. A lot of people have their gripes about BT. Not as much, but they exist. But Craig Carton coming back to the Fan, I'm just like, I know he might be a ratings draw. Is he? The Fox Sports 1 show didn't really do too well. He kind of rebranded it, and I guess it's okay right now, but is he really necessary? And we know all about those of us who follow him, we know about his past gambling addictions, and he was in a very dark place several years ago and probably didn't think he'd get another chance. And WFAN gave him a second chance. Now he gets a third opportunity here. This guy has 9 lives. And good for him. I just don't think it's fair that these other guys lose their spot potentially. Craig, what has he proven in the last few years to be able to take over the midday slot? Is he enough? There's not much competition nowadays on New York sports radio. Was this a ratings thing for BT and Sal? Were they not drawing the ratings? I wonder what went into the thinking behind this move. I'm not a fan of it. I don't anticipate giving the show a shot, whoever he's paired up with. Again, I just don't think he brings or offers enough from a sports perspective. He's more entertainment than anything. He's loosey-goosey. Sometimes you want analysis. Sometimes you want stats. You don't want jokey joke and goofy behavior all the time. There's a time and place for that. And the morning slot was good when he was with Boomer. When it was Boomer and Craig. That worked. It even works when he makes spot appearances. But to have a daily midday show with that goofy behavior and just, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I was a fan of Sal, and I hope Sal can find another spot on the station. BT as well. He grew on me. I didn't like him initially. He's grown on me. Evan and Tiki, boring. And I was a huge Evan Roberts fan. Don't like the pairing. So strange times with WFAN. Radio is proven again to be just obsolete. I don't know if anyone even cares, but this was on my mind, and I just wanted to again bring a different perspective because that's what I do. I'm not jumping on bandwagons because, oh, hey, Craig is back. No, I don't like Craig Carton as a radio personality. He's okay. Let's not overrate him. I think his podcast, what he's doing right now with Tyrone Johnson, who used to, work out in Philly on, it works. But I don't know if he's enough. And I'm also saddened to see that Keith McPherson is gone from WFAN. Because he was a personality that was starting to grow on me as well. So a lot of changes, a lot of moving and shaking on this station that's been around for 40 years roughly. And so we'll see how things pan out. But once again, Craig Carton gets another chance at WFAN. And unfortunately, 2 radio personalities might be out of jobs before long.